the best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss, 'cause here in your arms I can finally let go.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, karibu, welcome, feel at home. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always making time to come and be with me. So today we have a guest on set. I'll let him introduce himself first.
Hi, my name is Jacob Vega. I'm Aaron's husband.
Yes, so he is the man. If you've not watched our previous video where we did a official introduction, here's the link. Please go and watch it, and I know it's gonna make you happy, it's gonna make your day, it's gonna entertain you. And so today we want to talk about how he proposed, how he popped the question. And so let's get right into the video. I'm gonna be contributing because I did some of the planning, but he will also give his side, the story, and at the end of the day, we're gonna have a full story. Yeah. So stay tuned and watch until the end. So,
Okay.
when was the proposal? So we got married in September the 4th, 2020. Yes, COVID weddings, Corona weddings. And he proposed, I'd say January of 2020. Yeah. And we met in August of 2019. So I know you're already doing the math in your head. So yeah, we met August. So September, October, November, December, January. They proposed 5 months of us meeting.
Yes, it went that fast. Yes.
First, I feel like every time someone asks me how my husband proposed to me, I would laugh because it was very, very, very funny. It's not the normal, oh, bliss and glam kind of proposal, but it was very funny. That's our son. He's right next to us, so don't mind the noise. So I remember there's a friend of his who is Tanzanian. And so one day I remember we were talking, and he told me he was having a chat with, this friend of his, and she told him that if you want to get married to this lady who's from Kenya or Africa, there's usually the payment of dowry for you to be able to marry someone from Kenya or most African countries, because it's the same also in Tanzania, her country. So when my husband had that, so they talked a little bit. She explained to him more about it, and he, at that point, he didn't really understand much. He still went online to read more about dowry and all. So that night when we were talking, he was telling me, I was actually talking to my friend, and she was telling me if we ever want to get married, I have to pay you dowry price. And I told him, yes, that's true. And so he was like, so how much is your dowry price? And I told him, well, I don't know how much my dowry price will be. I have to ask my mom and also my uncle, because it's a traditional thing, so I wouldn't know. And so he told me, well, go ahead and ask them. So the next day, just in passing, I called my mom and I was like, hi, how are you doing? Is everything? And so I asked her, if I was to ever get married, how much would be my dowry price? And so my mom was like, well, I really don't know how much the dowry price will be. That's something you need to discuss, or needs to be discussed by, the elders and your uncles. And I was like, okay. So she sent me to my uncle and asked me to talk to him. So I called my uncle, and I explained things to him because now with uncles you can't go beating around the bush. You have to be very direct. So I told him I've met someone and he's wondering how much my dowry price will be because he wants us to get married. And so my uncle, would question where is he from and all that just to understand. And so he explained to me what's supposed to be done and all that. So I went back to now my husband and then my boyfriend, and I told him what I was told by my uncle. And so I remember when I told him the feedback, he said, okay, you guys go ahead and sit down and discuss, your dowry price and let me know what exactly, we come up with. So I told Jacob that me having to sit them down is gonna cost me, it's gonna cost us. I need to get them to travel and I need to buy them or prepare some meal. In my mind, I wasn't sure that he was serious. So to know that he was serious, I went ahead to tell him, if you want me to sit these people down, send me some money so I can send them their transport and also prepare something for them for that time when you
I
sit.
said, okay, how much you need?
Exactly. So he said, okay, how much do you need? And I told him how much it will roughly be. Immediately, he sent me the money. And when he sent the money, I was like, okay. He's actually very serious, he's very serious. We arranged a date the coming week. And they came and we sat down, we had a discussion, and we agreed on what he needs to pay as my dowry price. So after that meeting, I went back to my husband and I told him this is what they've said, this is how much they need, and all that. So that was January, and he said, okay, I could do that. That's something I could do.
Yes, I could swing that.
Yeah. So but he said he's gonna do it in batches until the entire amount is raised. I was like, okay, you take your time. So that was January, and I remember the next month, it was February. I woke up one morning and I had an alert on my PayPal account, and when I clicked the alert, it said you have money, and in the description it says for dowry. And that's when
Yo, she thought I was playing. She thought I was just messing around. I was like, no.
So when I saw that alert, that is when now it hit me that my friend, this guy is serious and it's going down. You're getting married. So for me, that's how I would say this man proposed. That's how directly, of course, when someone is sending you money, and telling you to set aside for dowry, directly, of course he's gonna do it. That's the story that I give. But at the end of the day, when he landed before the wedding, of course he had the ring and he selected a day and he gave me the ring officially and asked me to officially marry him. But unofficially, it started way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I proposed, it was in an Airbnb, and we were just chit chatting. We're having wine at this Airbnb, and I was like, you know what? Now is as good a time as any. And so I got up pretending like I was gonna go to the bathroom, and I think she had picked up her phone because it gave it like I saw her distracted, and I was like, perfect chance. Got my ring, got on one knee, and she looked. I remember she looked at me like, "What are you doing?" And it didn't really dawn on her until she saw that shiny little object in my hand. That this is the proposal. And so I said, I could never pronounce her last name right. Marion Induta. And she laughed just like that at me while I'm on one knee trying to pronounce her name for the proposal. I said, Marion Induta. I said, would you make me the happiest man in the world and be my wife? She laughed a little more. She started crying. And she said yes. And that's it. It's short and sweet. And the rest, they say, is history.
And from there, we started now talking about serious stuff. What the
Mhm.
wedding will be like, what kind of wedding do you want to do, where do you want to have the wedding, and boom, boom, boom. We set a date for February for the wedding, but then February came and we were not financially still there.
Yeah.
So we had to push it a little bit forward. So we
Mhm.
pushed it for April 2020. But then Miss Rona happened, Corona happened, yeah. March 2020, that's when Corona hit Kenya and everything went,
Yeah.
crazy. Everything went south.
Yeah.
And
Everything just came to a standstill as far as traveling, so nobody could go anywhere. If y'all remember,
yeah,
everything was locked down. We were locked down. Couldn't go anywhere after a certain time. Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was kind of a blow to us because we were really looking forward to this. Put a lot of planning behind it. Um, Dampened the spirits a little bit, but we just kept on, kept pushing forward, and so that's when we rescheduled for September, when things started to alleviate a little bit.
exactly.
Let me tell you, I worked a lot of overtime to get that dowry, but it was worth it. Very well worth it.
Thank you. And thank you for honoring that, because the fact that we've met online, there's so many cultures, there's so many people. You actually understood this part of our culture and you respected it and you honored it. For me, I really value you for that. And it changes my whole perspective and idea about you. The fact that you're willing to accommodate me with everything, even my culture. It was something for me. So good job on that. And good job to every other man who is not from Africa but has decided to honor that part of our culture and gone ahead to pay dowry for their wives. God bless you for that. Like it does mean a lot to us, Yeah.
I love
Mm. Yeah, so guys, that's it about how he proposed. Comment down below and let us know how your significant other proposed to you. Let's hear those juicy stories. Are you a come stay? Are you a get pregnant and then it happened? Are you the romantic Dubai trip kind of proposal?
Did you hide it in the cupcake?
Did you
In
hide
the glass of champagne or wine?
glass of champagne? The apple. There's also the apple, you hide it in an apple. So comment down below, let's know your story, and it will be just beautiful to read all those comments of all these beautiful stories. Nothing is better than the other, none is inferior to the other. For me, I keep saying the end goal is getting married. As long as you're married and you're living well with your partner, that is all that matters. Yeah, so that will be it for today's video. Kindly, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to subscribe, and next to the subscribe button there's a bell. Just click it, hit it, so that you get notified every time we post a new adventure. And as always, remember to be kind to one another, love one another, and treasure every minute you spend with one another, because tomorrow,
it's not promised today.
thank you. Baby, move my hair.
Oh, no.
It's an artificial thing.
I just like playing with it, okay?
Yeah, but you're pulling it too hard. You're gonna pull it out, and then I have to go back to tying it again. So guys, ciao.
Adios.